Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Andy Cohen is in the midst of a great purge. These chairs have hosted a lot of famous butts. It's the end of an era for Andy Cohen. The Real Housewives producer, Watch What Happens Live host, an absolute staple of New York City's West Village, has lived in the same apartment in the trendy neighborhood since 2003, before he even joined Bravo. That's when he purchased his first unit in a 1931 building designed by Emery Roth, and over the next 2 decades, in between building a reality TV empire, becoming a father, and bopping around the neighborhood with his pal Sarah Jessica Parker, he proceeded to buy 3 more units in the building and create his dream home with help from interior designer Eric Hughes and architect Gordon Kahn. It's eclectic, it's fun, it's very me, and it's modern and very livable. Cohen tells AD of his longtime pad. It's almost perfect, but there was always just one thing missing: outdoor space. In the back of my head, I always thought, if I ever find a pre-war penthouse with outdoor space in the West Village, I need to pay attention, Cohen says. And I found one. In 2022, he snagged a new place in a building just a short walk away, and later enlisted AD 100 designer Billy Cotton to help him put his stamp on it. It was a 2-year process building this new apartment, and it's finally almost done, he says. Now, with a buyer in place for his first apartment, he's preparing to move into his new digs, and doing a major purge of the stuff he's accumulated over the years. A lot of the stuff that I have is just very specific to this apartment, he explains. I was mentally prepared to let go of a lot. Fans of Watch What Happens Live can tell from the set of the talk show that Cohen loves a tchotchke, but with help from a friend. She's good at saying, "Really, Andy, are you going to use this?" He put a ton of his stuff into this sell pile. On the one hand, I'm a pack rat. On the other hand, I've been pretty good about letting go, he says. The first phase of his great purge is a sale on 1stibs, running now through June 30, with proceeds going to Housing Works, the NYC HIV/AIDS charity with thrift shops around the city. The sale includes high-end items from Cohen's personal collection, including a Ralph Lauren denim sofa and a bold red mirrored console table, as well as pieces from other LGBT+ sellers curated by Cohen. Phase 2 is set to take place on July 22, when the Housing Works Chelsea thrift store will be transformed into Andy's clubhouse for the evening. Expect to see Eames furniture, signed books, suits, and some of the hundreds of ties accumulated over his years of hosting, and chairs that have hosted a lot of famous butts, Cohen reveals. So how do Cohen's children, 6-year-old Ben and 3-year-old Lucy, feel about the move? Bringing my kids home from the hospital is probably my favorite memory of the old place, he reminisces. They're aware that we're moving. They're psyched, but I think they're kind of like me, excited but also sad, because this is the only home they've known. Below, Cohen answers our questionnaire about his at-home preferences, and reveals a bit more about his new space in the process. 2 very high thumbs up. Every piece that I'm selling on 1stibs, my dog Waka has slept all over. I said to interior designer Eric Hughes, "This can't be too precious a fabric that my dog can't be on it." And in the new place, I said to interior designer Billy Cotton, "This can't be too precious a fabric that my children can't spill yogurt on it." One of the couches we got in the new place has a fabric that I think is typically an outdoor fabric, but I did it so that my children could spill whatever they want on it, and I wasn't going to lose my mind. Oh my God, there are so many. I have an Emmy that represents a career achievement. I have a book my mom gave me for my 40th birthday where she put together all the letters I ever wrote her that I sent her from camp. I have memorabilia from What Happens Live. I have a pair of silver vintage dice that Madonna gave me once for my birthday. She came to a joint birthday party that Anderson Cooper and I had, and she got them at Mantiques, or someone got them at Mantiques. Those are very special to me. Infinite photo albums. I have a Warhol that's quite special to me. If furniture could talk, Andy Cohen's chairs would write memoirs more scandalous than any Real Housewives confessional. But alas, they are voiceless. Though Andy is not. And lately the Bravo ringmaster, reality TV overlord, and king of late-night gossip is in the midst of a purge so thorough, so oddly sentimental, and so profoundly Andy, it might as well be televised. I was sitting there looking around the room and I thought, these chairs have seen things, Cohen said recently on his Sirius XM radio show, his voice a curious mix of nostalgia and glee. They've hosted a lot of famous butts. A pause. Like a lot. From Oprah to Gaga, from Housewives to Housewives' enemies, sometimes the same person, the green velvet chairs in his West Village apartment, and the fabled clubhouse of Watch What Happens Live, have served more celebrity rear ends than a Vanity Fair Oscars party, and now they're on the chopping block. Or, more accurately, on Facebook Marketplace. It's not a midlife crisis. It's not even a Bravo-mandated set redesign. It's a purge of the soul, Cohen insists. A shedding of skin. A psychic decluttering. I started with one chair. Then a lamp. Then a bookshelf full of signed Nina Leakes memoirs, he says. Next thing I know, I'm knee-deep in old Housewives reunion scripts, and wondering why I own 3 framed photos of Anderson Cooper in Halloween costumes. Purge mode. Activated. Andy's apartment, once a cozy shrine to pop culture excess, is undergoing a metamorphosis. Gone are the cluttered corners stuffed with reality TV memorabilia. In their place, negative space. Breathing room. A minimalist, if not monk-like, sanctuary for a man whose professional life is anything but zen. He's keeping the disco ball, of course. Let's not get crazy. The purge isn't limited to furniture, it's also emotional. I was holding on to things because they reminded me of moments, he says. Good moments, weird moments. Like the time Maria Carey sat in that exact chair and asked if she was supposed to know who one of the housewives was. It's not just chairs and tchotchkes. It's energy. Cohen believes that objects carry the emotional residue of their history, and his were starting to feel heavy. It's like each item was humming with chaotic housewives' energy, he said. I could feel the tension between Ramona and Bethany in the throw pillows. Naturally, some fans are horrified. Is this the end of Watch What Happens Live? Tweeted one Bravo devotee. Is Andy okay? Blink twice if you need Luan to write a cabaret about it. Others have embraced the purge as a sign of growth, or at least as an opportunity. Someone tell me where to buy the couch Lisa Rinna cried on, begged another fan. I will pay it in lip kits. Even the Bravo celebrities themselves are reacting. Kyle Richards reportedly texted Andy to ask if she could reclaim the barstool she once fell off of after too many tequila shots. Teresa Giudice offered to swap one of her hair extension mannequins for an end table. Sonja Morgan just showed up at his apartment uninvited and tried to take a sconce. Cohen, for his part, is loving the chaos. It's amazing what people want, he said. Someone actually messaged me to buy an old cocktail napkin with Andy Samberg's lipstick print on it. I don't even remember that night. But with the fun comes a certain melancholy. There's a finality to letting go of things that have been part of your orbit for so long, he admitted. I mean, how do you say goodbye to the loveseat that heard Cher describe her skincare routine? It's that same bittersweet tone that's kept fans hooked for years. Andy Cohen isn't just a host, he's a cultural curator, an archivist of the absurd, a high priest of low-stakes drama. His show isn't just a show, it's an emotional Rolodex of our collective celebrity obsessions. Watching him part with the physical symbols of that world feels like turning a page on a chapter we didn't know was ending. Still, Andy insists this isn't a farewell. It's a refresh. A reinvention. I'm not going anywhere, he assured listeners. I'm just making room for new chaos. And make no mistake, new chaos is always around the corner. There will be new chairs, new butts, new on-air feuds and shady shots fired across coffee tables. The clubhouse may get a facelift, but the drama will remain fresh as ever. Besides, the purge hasn't reached the archives. Yet. The wigs, the sizzle reels, the drawer labeled things Lisa Vanderpump threw. Those remain intact, sealed like sacred scrolls. You think I'm giving away the flip phone man smashed on air in 2011? Absolutely not. As he watches movers carry out a chaise lounge once graced by both Madonna and Megan Thee Stallion, Cohen smiles wistfully. These chairs have hosted a lot of famous butts, he repeats. But maybe it's time they do that in someone else's living room.